Pt.Reyes Lighthouse. Completely fogged in, and out of the fog comes Mr. Cesare with his new Altra Paradigm, to be compared with the New Balance 80 V2.
Super cushion against
The minimalist. Oh,
globe.
wait, what's that?
What's that? A whale?
Is this the real deal? Pt.Reyes Lighthouse after hours? I thought they'd lock this place up at night. Relatively calm oceans, very foggy, 52 degrees. This is our starting point.
Pt.Reyes, Mill Valley, 50 mile. 50-mile test.
Off
for
we
these guys
go.
Here.
With my dear
Cesare.
wife, who drove us an hour and a half out here.
Oh, Kelly.
Timer started. 5:37 a.m. Off we go. 300. 280.
Oh, yeah, that number.
270. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. To a crawl at the end of what promises to be almost an exact 50 miles. We will now put to the test our legs, our bodies, our spirits. The old
Whale.
carcass of a whale.
The whale bomb.
And in case there was any doubt that this guy and me were actually here,
That's where we are.
the one and only Pt.Reyes National Seashore. .153 into the run at mile 10 and a half. Had to share the beauty. We are at about mile 11. You didn't know we'd be herding cattle too. We're going to be worse. Now we have it, but what's your name?
Clay.
Clay. My name's Matt.
Nice to meet you. All right, Clay.
You're a member of our crew now today.
All right, guys.
All right, dude.
And
Well,
just follow that ridge line.
I just wanted to give our friends
Yeah, so
a
the
perspective.
50 mile became
60.
60.
Oh shit. Well, with our detour comes another view into the exceptional beauty of our surroundings at Drake's Estuary, or Drake's Estero. This is a little access point to get across. Oh, who's this new cat that's joined us? Mr. Gallen. Good to see you. Welcome to the crew.
Just
Just
stroll through.
Just a little stroll through Pt.Reyes on our way home. What a coincidence. Our paths are crossing. Obligatory clip of one of our favorite stops along the way, the Pt.Reyes Hostel, or the Lemon Tour Hostel. And hostel stands for hospitality. One little clip to capture the delicacy of Cesare's famous pour bars. You want a bite?
It's good for you.
Secret sauce?
Chia seeds, dates, lime juice, a drop of agave syrup, and maca on the outside, not to let it stick. What else?
Now don't try this at home. Mile 27. Woo! 5.5 hours of run time. Our truck, this is the coastal trail.
We're getting into the Black Forest. Why is it called the Black Forest?
Walk in. Dare you walk in?
What is this? Hawaii?
It's our sponge bath. Yeah.
I'm gonna jump in there too.
This is
See you
the
guys. What?
Cataract Falls Creek, south of what's called Laurel Dell. A little late for the show, but it's a nice place to stop. Mountain Theater, towering above the greater Bay Area.
All right.
Mamma mia.
Apparently we're half an hour away, maybe 40 minutes away
This is,
from the end.
Fern Creek.
Fern Creek,
Fern Creek.
the pilgrimage at Fern Creek. Holy water.
The famed clock tower.
So you may wonder, does it really take a 53.7 mile run to evaluate a pair of shoes? Isn't that easier just to open a box, look at the shoe, think about something and make a video review about it? Well, not for us, I guess. We need to hammer the shoes and see what happens to them, right? We need to compare them to other shoes. That's what I'm gonna do. So number one question for me about the shoe is, are these an alternative to Hokas? And specifically, are these an alternative to the Hoka Stinson Trail, which is my only shoe at this point where I can run a 50-mile race with confidence that my feet won't hurt and will slow me at the end? So that's my first question. The second question is, well, if I need to buy a pair of Altra shoes, why shouldn't I buy the Olympus rather than a Paradigm? Well, that's a great question. I bought both, I used both, and I'm gonna tell you about it. The third question is, how does it behave? And is it a great shoe? Should you buy it? Would I buy it again? So question number one, is this the Hoka killer? Have I found a shoe that I can run a 50-mile race with? The answer is yes, up to a point. Weight-wise, this is lighter than this. This is 10.5, this is 11, that's what I need to use. Therefore, that's what I'm going to compare for you guys. So this is 10.3 ounces, which is 292 grams, while this, the Stinson Trail, is 12.8 ounces, which is 367 grams. So definitely there is a difference. There's 2.5 ounce difference there. Is that a big difference? It may be, if you think that you have to do tens of thousands of steps over those 50 miles. If you compare the two, there is no doubt that you get more cushioning with the Hokas. So on the steep downhills, that's when it's gonna pay off. On the uphills, I think these have an advantage also on the flat, and these have an advantage on the steep downhills. In terms of traction, they are really equivalent. I can tell you that this Altra was really a great shoe for traction. The Paradigm is actually better than traction than many other trail shoes that I've tried. Question number two, if I had to buy one shoe, either the Paradigm from Altra or the Olympus from Altra, which one would I buy? From an Altra standpoint, the answer is going to be obvious. You're going to want to run on trails, buy the Olympus. You want to run on road, buy the Paradigm. And I can tell you one thing, the Altra Olympus had some problems in traction. When there was some loose gravel, these ridges, they're not that deep. The ridges tend to be slippery. If you are on rocks that are wet, I would really think that this is a shoe that is going to cause you some problems, even on mud. Instead, think about this. I think that obviously is not the perfect shoe for trail. However, it has a lot of traction and has deep ridges right here. So I think this is actually, in terms of traction, I like more this than this. So what about this shoe then? Should you consider it? Well, if you think about the upper, this upper here of the Paradigm is actually very permeable. What I mean is a lot of dirt will get inside, while this is more protective. So at the end of the 53-mile run, my feet were really dirty. And the most important for trail, there is some protection in here, as you can see, but I mean, it's kind of soft, right? It's still good, better than nothing, but obviously here you get more protection and you get this ridge in front that is really helping you when you hit some roots or some stones. So bottom line though, if I had to buy one shoe, even only for trail, I would go with this, with the Paradigm, not with the Olympus. And I can tell you one thing, this shoe here, the Olympus, it failed my 50-mile test. I mean, I would never run a 50-mile race in this shoe. I would stay with the Hokas. Instead, this has actually been successful. I went through that 53-mile run, no problems with this. All right, so now it's time to evaluate this shoe independently from other shoes. So number one is road or trail. I already told you, this is a road shoe, however, I used it on trail and I will keep on using this on trail. You have to be more careful in terms of protection. You'll get your feet dirtier, that's okay, unless you run 100 miles, I guess. Traction, awesome. I really liked it. The ridges are deep enough. Is it holding up? I ran a total of 104 miles on the shoe. It's holding up really well, I think. As you can see, there is some wear here. By the way I run in the downhill, I tend to rotate my foot, so you'll see some wear here and here. But I think overall, especially here, is great. The other thing is about comfort. Obviously, you got a lot of space here. That's the Altra signature, which is great. Lengthwise, they are a tad shorter than other shoes that I've tried from Altra, like the Olympus. Still, no reason to go up half size. Comfort-wise, they are great, except I think on the steep downhill. If your foot has space to move, as it has here obviously, what's gonna happen is that unless you anchor it really well here, it's gonna slip down and it's gonna hit the front. There's not a lot of laces here to actually tighten it. So I think that in the future, Altra may consider actually having it a little bit higher, kind of a boot, and that will allow a secure hold on your foot here. There is one thing that I do with my high arches. I put some soles, and so my foot, as you can see here, it will be really blocked under this ridge. They fit well in these shoes. Cushioning. I think this cushioning is great. There is quite a bit of cushioning, however it's not too soft. You don't want soft cushioning because otherwise you would have no energy return. I really recommend this shoe. If you are looking only for a road shoe, there are also other choices that are cushioned as well. For a shoe to use on trail and road, this is one of the best choices around. Thanks for listening, and you can be sure that I will review another cushioned shoe. It's not because I don't love the minimalistic shoes, it's just my feet hurt like yours, I think.